Welcome to the Farnborough Half Marathon 2025. One of the first major races of the season, especially in the south, and we were joined here today by about 3,000 competitors. This is also an England Masters Qualifying event, so pretty competitive field, especially at the pointy end. Now I was here running today with my friend Dave, so what I thought I would do at the start is just watch how someone that's going for a sub 1:17 half marathon warms up. See if I could learn some tips.
No time for couples feet, race t-shirt, and you can collect that from the
And then on to the proper warm-up. So this is a really good local race for us and really easy to get to. Parking's really easy, closed roads on the course as well, excellent support, just makes for an all-out very pleasurable experience. So if you are in the area, it's definitely a race to check out. Start under this amazing hangar by Farnborough Airport. Lucky enough to spot Nick Bester as well at the beginning of the race, and I think he managed to qualify and get the England best in a time of about 1:09. So good to bump fists with him at the very beginning and get a little bit of an extra boost. Now the start is penned, so you can line up according to your estimated finish time, but with 3,000 people it's always going to be congested and busy, particularly as you are coming off the start line. After that first sharp turn, that's kind of the main sort of congested point. All the roads are closed, so you've got the full stretch of the roads, particularly in this opening part, and when you go out into the country lanes as well, as you'll see a bit later on. So plenty of space for everyone to kind of find their position and settle into a rhythm. And with that many people as well, it's very easy to kind of get pulled along. So do be careful at the start and make sure you don't go out too fast and get too excited. But there's a great atmosphere, particularly at this point of the race, and then when you finish and you come back, you've got lots of people there supporting you and cheering you on. Now the first 5k of this race actually goes by, I felt, really quickly. You go up to the airfield for the first sort of kilometre and a half. As you can see here, we're turning into the airfield. You then kind of loop around. You've got some nice downhill sections in here where you can pick up a little bit of speed, get the leg turnover going, a few little inclines to balance it out on the way back. But before you know it, you've ticked off about 3 miles or 5k and you're kind of right back to where you started again. So it doesn't really feel like you've done much for the first quarter of the race.
Okay, that's the first 5k done in about 22.5 minutes. It's gone so quick. You sort of go back in to the airfield, loop back around, back to the start, so it doesn't really feel like you've left for those first 3 miles. But feeling comfortable so far. 3,000 people are running today. So busy at the start, as you can see. Just got to settle in now. This next 10k is where the money's made. Okay, 3 10k in 46:30. So doing pretty well, feeling quite comfortable. It's a bit more downhill now for a couple of kilometres. Then some out and back sections before heading back towards the airfield.
But then you head out onto these wide open country roads. Things settle down a little bit, everything spaces out, the crowds minimise, and that's when, you know, you're kind of a little bit more on your own. You've got to get into your own rhythm, find your feet, find your pace, and sort of try and stick to it.
15k, so about 6k left to go. Just on a really big out and back also got to see some of the lead runners. Just saw Dave before he turned off, so that was lucky. And just hit the turnaround point. So now, yeah, just about 6k to the finish. Holding 4:38 pace, so hopefully should be on for a sub 140, which should be good. But I'm feeling the sort of lack of endurance now, as I haven't done much long running over the last 6 weeks. But one more gel, that should get us through.
That's me through 15k, just about 5 or 6k to go now, and this is where I started to notice that my kind of lack of endurance was sort of kicking in a little bit. Nevertheless, as was always the case, you can always find one person that you can sort of try and pick out as your target, and for me that is Man in Orange Hat. So Man in Orange Hat is the target for me, and we sort of yo-yoed back and forth for the last 2k. We were sort of overtaking each other, and I kind of got close to him here. We're about maybe sort of 500 to 600 meters to go. Good crowds coming into this final section, but look, he surges on again, gets a good sort of 10 or 15 meters ahead of me. He's obviously got his eye on the people up ahead of him. I thought, oh, what do I do now? Do I just sort of let it go? I didn't think there was anyone behind me, or do I give it one last push? There's the hangar on the right, so I know we are really close. We've just sort of kind of do a U-turn back on ourselves now. At this point, he's probably got a good 5 seconds on me. He's about to go around the corner, and so I've got to think, right, if I'm going to go for it, it's now or never. So, hammer down, take that right turn, and I can see myself reeling him in every single step, and we managed to make the pass. Then I've got 2 more up ahead of me. Have I got enough time to catch Lady in Orange and Man in Grey Blue? Let's see. Well, we're able to take Lady in Orange just on the right hand side there, and then we've got this sharp right hand corner, and this kind of took me a bit by surprise. As I got to it, I thought, oh, I don't know if I've got the legs to make that turn smoothly, so I slowed up, but there was a gap just down the left, and I managed to squeeze by Man in Grey, and he gave me a nice well done as I crossed the line. And that's it. Farnborough Half Marathon completed in about 1:38 and maybe a little bit of change, so not a bad time considering the training that I've been doing most recently. Nice little goodie bag at the end, a couple of little nutrition bits, and a hat, and catch up with Dave and see how he did.
How'd you do? See you! You okay? Yeah, how'd you get on? Not quite, 1:19.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know, I started a little bit quick, but not overly quick. And I thought, I'll just take it steady now for like 10k. Got to like 4k to go, and thought, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And legs did not respond.
Really? So were you on for like sub 1:17?
Yeah, I thought it would have been around 17.
Really?
But I just couldn't pick up any pace.
What do you think of the new out and back?
I didn't like the out and back.
No.
It
wasn't as quick, was it? Yeah. It was really narrow. And
I saw you.
Yeah, I know, like right on the turn. So like, I was a couple of seconds behind, I wouldn't have seen you on that bit.
Perfect.
I
don't know why such a flat course would be so hard.
It's not that, there's a few like false flats though in there, like, there's some drags. And I don't know if it's just because of the ankle, but like I really noticed the camber. Like the road camber was really like bothering me, and I was trying to run in the middle as much as possible so I could be on the flat. Because then as soon as we came back into the airfield, I was like, oh, because it's just flat and stuff. But like, you know, there's
good thing about airfield.
And it's all on that one leg.
Yeah.
You're all like pushing that on that out on that one leg. But
there's some big potholes as well. I saw someone doing ankle
really?
on pothole.
Yeah, there's a few sort of rough bits, but
obviously I've
good
been stopped out.
Saw quite a lot of Sanders joggers out. I was having a chat with a bloke over there.
A minute ago.
Yeah. Was he? Maybe that was the guy I was speaking to. I was speaking to a guy just over there about 5 minutes ago.
Guy with the beard.
Yeah, it's good. It's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, early year.
Yeah. It's like I went under 140 and I was like, I did 138 I think. That's all right. So yeah, there was a point at the start, and I was like, there might be a chance here. Like, if I sort of managed to get the first 5k done in like 4:30 or so, I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll give it a go. But I just didn't have the endurance in the end. Like, really struggled.
Because the first 10k was fine.
Yeah.
Maybe 37 minutes.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd just take it steady for like 8k.
Yeah. Couldn't get it.
There's a course record for men and women.
Was there?
Yeah.
What did they get?
113, I think.
113?
Yeah.
Blimey.
I'm not sure what the guy was. It wasn't Nick Best.
It wasn't Nick.
He was in about
He'd be like 105?
6, I think.
Was he?
So we
Okay.
put on that stuff on the switchback.
Yeah. It was good though. I mean, that start was so fast.
He looked like he was working though.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he wasn't like.
Oh, he's been
He wasn't
distracted the
talking
last
to the
week.
camera, right?
No, he's been distracted for the last couple of weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the start was just rapid. God, I was overtaken by so many people. So many like guys come past. Whereas normally I'm like sort of fairly sort of nicely placed. But yeah, I was a bit too far forward. It's good though.
Good local race.
Good local race.
It's not little.
No, it's not little.
3,000
No.
people.
What's the Masters qualifying time?
Well, you have to finish in the top 4, I think.
Oh, in your age group? Oh, blimey, okay.
I haven't even bothered looking.
Ah! Oh, quad.
Stairs.
Whoa, that's a quad pain. Oh. Okay, yeah. I did a sprint finish. And then got to that corner, I was like, no!
Quite there.
And just like stopped. Did like a dead turn and started again. Alright.
Yeah, no, it's close to finish,
My arm's aching.